Hello all, today we will discuss the Romantic period. The Romantic period began at the end of the 18th century and lasted into the middle of the 19th century. Romantic movement was a literary, artistic and philosophical movement that emphasized on imagination and emotions. The beginning of the age of Romanticism in England is usually dated from the publication of lyrical ballads in 1798 and ended with the First Reform Act of 1832. The period from the Declaration of American Independence to about 1830 was marked by great revolutions. The French Revolution brought its ideas of freedom and equality all over Europe. Industrial Revolution reshaped the social and political background of Britain. George III was King of Great Britain from 1760 to 1820. Due to George III's ill health, Prince George was appointed as regent. The king could not recover, and the regency continued until George succeeded to the throne in 1820. The entire period is often labelled Regency. George was 57 when he came to the throne, and he reigned as George IV from 1820 to 1830. His only child, Princess Charlotte, had died in childbirth in 1817. So after the death of George IV, his younger brother William IV succeeded him. William was the third son of George III. He was 64 when he became king. During his 7 years' reign, many important changes happened. In 1832, Parliament passed a law changing the British electoral system. It was known as the Great Reform Act. The act gave many people the right to vote. In spite of all its merits and demerits, this act was a great achievement. The vast majority of the working classes as well as women were still excluded from voting, and the act failed to introduce a secret ballot. William died in 1837, aged 71. He had no surviving legitimate children and was succeeded by his niece Victoria. The early period of the Romantic era was a time of French Revolution followed by the Napoleonic Wars until 1815. The French Revolution lasted 10 years from 1789 to 1799. A general named Napoleon Bonaparte seized control of the French government and became emperor in 1804. Through a series of wars, he expanded his empire across Western and Central Europe. Napoleon was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo by the combined armies of the British and the Prussians. The battle ended the dominance of Napoleon over Europe. Battle of Waterloo was the last battle of the Napoleonic Wars. The age witnessed the initial transformations of the Industrial Revolution. Machines were widely introduced in coal and iron mines, which multiplied productions. Steam engines were used in ships and trains. The train was first introduced in 1830. Industrialization created loads of slums, child labor and labor problems. Factory life was unjust to workers. Working places were often poorly ventilated, overcrowded and replete with safety hazards. Men, women and children were employed at survival wages in unhealthy and dangerous environments. Society was changing, towns and cities developed. Urbanization led to the movement of people from rural areas to urban areas, resulting in damage to the beautiful landscape that was replaced by ugliness and squalor. The Romantic Age literature is considered as the literature of imagination, emotions, freedom and expression. Romanticism in essence was a return to nature movement. This period is also called the revival of Romanticism because the romantic ideals of the Elizabethan period revived during these years. The whole movement for the revival of the Romantic past came to its climax in the decade between 1760 and 1770, to which belong Percy's Relics, Chatterton's Rowley Poems, Macpherson's Ossian, and Gray's Elegy. They were early examples of the Romantic spirit in Blake and Burns. They were the immediate forerunners of the Romantic revival. William Blake belongs to the age of transition, but in his thoughts and style, he is a romantic. Blake published his most popular collection, Songs of Innocence, in 1789. In 1794, he expanded it into its final version, Songs of Innocence and Experience. The revolt against classical school reached its climax during this period, and some of the greatest and the most popular English poets like Wordsworth, Coleridge, Byron, Shelley and Keats belong to this period. Romanticism rejected the formality of neoclassicism, instead celebrated imagination, emotions, humanism, supernaturalism, love of nature, subjectivism, sensuousness, love for medievalism, etc. The movement reached its most mature expression in the work of William Wordsworth. The lyrical ballads, published by Wordsworth and Coleridge in 1798, inaugurated the Romantic era in English literature. Wordsworth, Coleridge and Robert Southey were the first generation of Romantic poets. They are known as older poets. They are frequently described as the Lake Poets because they lived in Lake District of England. The second generation of Romantic poets include Byron, Shelley and Keats. They are called younger poets. William Wordsworth was the leader of the Romantic movement. He is described as a poet of nature. In most of his poems, nature is constructed as both a healing entity and a teacher or moral guardian. Wordsworth's earliest poetry was published in 1793 in the collections An Evening Walk and Descriptive Sketches. Later he met S.T. Coleridge and together published Lyrical Ballads. It included poems like Lines Composed a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey, Lines Written in Early Spring, etc. The second edition of Lyrical Ballads published in 1800 and included a preface to the poems, which was significantly augmented in the 1802 edition. His views on this new kind of poetry were described in the preface. In this, Wordsworth gives his famous definition of poetry as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. A fourth and final edition of Lyrical Ballads was published in 1805. In 1807, his poems in 2 volumes were published, including Ode, Intimations of Immortality from Recollections of Early Childhood. In 1814, he published The Excursion, which was intended as the second part of The Recluse, a long philosophical poem. Wordsworth was offered the poet laureateship late in his life. After the death of Robert Southey in 1843, he served the position until his death. His lengthy semi-autobiographical poem, The Prelude, was published posthumously by his widow, Mary. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is known for his supernaturalism. Lyrical Ballads contained 4 of Coleridge's poems. His supernatural poems include The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Kubla Khan, and Christabel. His notable conversational poems include The Alien Harp, Frost at Midnight, The Nightingale, etc. Dejection and Ode is one of his greatest poems. Coleridge's Biographia Literaria is a remarkable work of literary criticism. Robert Southey served as poet laureate for 30 years, from 1813 until his death in 1843. He was succeeded by Wordsworth. His reputation as a poet rests mainly on poems like Joan of Arc, Thalaba the Destroyer, The Curse of Kehima, and Roderick the Last of Goths. George Gordon Byron became famous after the publication of Childe Harold's Pilgrimage. It's a lengthy narrative poem in 4 parts. It tells the story of a young Englishman traveling through several European countries. Don Juan, The Vision of Judgment, etc. are his other important poems. Percy Bysshe Shelley was a revolutionary idealist. He was expelled from Oxford for his pamphlet, The Necessity of Atheism. He wrote his first poem, Alastor, in 1816. Shelley's best-known works include Ode to the West Wind, Ozymandias, To a Skylark, Queen Mab, etc. Shelley wrote Adonais in 1821, an elegy on the death of his friend and fellow poet, John Keats. He wrote a lyrical drama, Prometheus Unbound, and a regular drama, The Cenci. Sensuousness is the prominent quality of John Keats' poetry. He uses words to paint his poetic picture. His first volume of verse came in 1817. Endymion was published in 1818. In 1820 came another volume of poems containing The Eve of St. Agnes, Odes on Melancholy, On a Grecian Urn, To a Nightingale, etc. He died at a young age of 26. The most important novelists of the time were Walter Scott and Jane Austen. Sir Walter Scott made the genre of the historical novel widely popular. The Waverley novels are a long series of novels by Scott. The series take its name from the first novel of the series, released in 1814. For nearly a century, they were among the most popular and widely read novels in all of Europe. Many of his works remain classics, which include Ivanhoe, Rob Roy, The Heart of Midlothian, etc. Ivanhoe is first published in 1820. It is in 3 volumes and subtitled A Romance. It is set in 12th century England. Jane Austen's novels can be categorized as novels of manners because they deal with the manners and customs of the social circle. Her novels are not concerned with the revolutionary upheavals of the day. Austen's novels are Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Persuasion, and Northanger Abbey. Gothic novels were a type of fiction that became popular in England during the 1700s and early 1800s. They are essentially novels of terror or horror. It is often set in medieval castles or churches. These settings are often dark, gloomy, or isolated. Anne Radcliffe is an English author and a pioneer of Gothic novel. Her works included A Sicilian Romance, The Romance of the Forest, The Mysteries of Udolpho, etc. Mary Shelley wrote the Gothic novel Frankenstein. It is a good example of a Gothic novel in the romantic form and is also an early science fiction. An important feature of the prose literature of the age was the rise of the modern review and magazine. The Edinburgh Review started in 1802. 7 years later, the Quarterly Review was started. Then came Blackwood's Magazine. The London Magazine was revived in 1820. Charles Lamb, William Hazlitt, and Thomas De Quincey contributed to the London Magazine. Most of De Quincey's writings consist of essays. He is best remembered for his work, Confessions of an English Opium Eater. Charles Lamb was the master of the personal essay. Lamb's humor and pathos gave his essays of Elia their distinctive nature. William Hazlitt is considered as one of the greatest literary critics and essays. Characters of Shakespeare's plays is his collection of essays of literary criticism. Table Talk and The Round Table are his two finest collections of essays. The Romantic period was one of the most fruitful periods in British history. It shaded gradually into the Victorian period, which takes its name from Queen Victoria, who ruled Britain from 1837 to 1901. In the next history video, we will move on to the Victorian period. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.